The Unstoppable Badass event is for the woman who truly wants to show herself what she's capable of. She wants to fully step into her higher self, let go of old habits, old patterns, old identities, old thoughts that no longer serve her, so that she can actually be the woman that she was meant to be. You know that God has carved out this beautiful path for your life. And you don't want to just know that you were meant for incredible things. You don't want to just know that you are worthy of everything that you desire, but you truly want to be living that life. You want to be a woman of your word. You want to be someone that takes the absolute best care of yourself. You want to be someone who does these habits on autopilot without even thinking. You want to be proud of the woman that you show up as, even when no one's watching. You want to be able to walk into a room and just feel so good, not only in your own skin, but who you are because of how well you take care of yourself. You know that you have the best habits, you have the best routines, and you've fallen in love with that version of yourself. You want to shift from being this perfectionist to being somebody who has very high standards for yourself. So previously and even now, you are this perfectionist. You want your habits to be perfect. You want your day to look perfect. You want your meals to be perfect. You want your workouts to be perfect. But you know that adds so much stress and anxiety, overwhelm in your life. And you want to be someone who's calm, grounded, chill, present, relaxed, but not relaxed in the sense of like not doing anything, but relaxed in the sense of not everything needs to go perfectly according to plan, because you also know that not everything is going to go perfectly as planned. And you want to have higher standards for yourself instead of being this perfectionist. So this perfectionist would be like, I need to get my morning routine done. And if I don't get up at 5 a.m., I'm a failure and I messed up. And well, because I didn't do my morning routine, then there's no point of going for my walk. Versus having high standards for yourself is doing the things that you need to do, doing the things that make you feel good, being dedicated to your habits, because you want that to match the woman that you are, the woman that you know you are. You have standards in every area of your life, as a mom, as a partner, at your job. You show up as the best version of yourself in all of those areas. You have high standards and your habits and routines are not different. So if you don't get your workout in, you're not beating yourself up, but it's also like, no, I am somebody who works out. I am somebody that takes the best care of myself. It's not a have to. It's not, you're not forcing yourself. It's based off the woman that you want to be. Based off the woman you want to be known as. These are the standards. These are the habits. These are the routines that you do. This is when you go to bed. This is when you wake up. And it's not out of force. It's out of like, this is just who I am. You've taken on this identity. This is who I am. And this is really what I did very, very, very heavily. And I would say it kind of started in 2019, maybe even a little bit 2018. But even before I was even healing my relationship with food, you know, when people say, Lorna, you're so dedicated, you're so consistent. And I said, you know, I always say, well, when I ask myself, who do I want to show up as? Well, it's the version of myself who does these habits. So I'm going to do it. That's who I want to be. And then one of the fastest ways to shift your identity is to be her now. Stop thinking that you need something to happen to then be her. It's like you can just choose to be her now and collapse the amount of time. She's not far away. Like you're actually her right now. You are her, but you are letting sabotaging behaviors get in the way of you feeling like her. So you are her. You actually are her right now. But there's certain thoughts that you're thinking, certain behaviors you're engaging in that make you feel disconnected from the badass woman that's actually within you. So you are her. Stop thinking that like you have to like step into her and it's so far away. No. You are her now. Like you're literally her. You are her now. And when there's certain thoughts that don't make you feel like her, you got to say goodbye to those thoughts. When there's certain behaviors that doesn't make you feel like the unstoppable badass woman within you, you have to have the courage and the bravery to say, nope, I no longer engage in these behaviors. These behaviors are no longer a reflection of the type of woman that I actually want to be. So you can collapse the amount of time that it takes for you to actually be her by just stepping into that version of her right now. Like you don't actually have to wait. You can just claim that these are the habits, these are the behaviors, these are the thoughts that I want to be having. So let me think those thoughts. Let me do those behaviors. Andrew always says to me, because I don't know, sometimes when we go on walks, I love, having these conversations where I'm like, what do you see in me and where do you see I can improve? Or I want to reflect back to you what I see, that you've been doing really well this year. And, let's kind of have a conversation about that. Because that's so important, right? Like having somebody, this is why like mentorship and coaching is so important. Because when you have someone mirror back what you've been doing a really good job at, that makes you not like only feel good. And it's not, but like you need validation, but everyone needs that. And then to someone to call you out as well too, to be like, you've been slacking a little bit in this area. Anyways. So something that Andrew always tells me, he says, I really admire your dedication, your consistency when you're doing your habits. And, before having my first baby, obviously, sleep and everything's different. But before that, like, I would go to bed at a certain time. I'd wake up at a certain time. I do these habits. Like everyone around my neighborhood knows me as like the walk lady. They're like, you walk all the time. And it's not that I walk all the time. I'm just like batshit consistent, and same with my yoga classes. Like I look back and I had them on like reoccurring, like every single week. I just go to the same class. If you want to be so consistent, like make it so easy for you. Like just side note, like don't debate like, what class should I go to? Like just go to the same classes, make it so easy. Anyways, Andrew would always tell me how he admired my consistency and my dedication to my habits. And I'm like, well, yeah, like this is who I want to be. Like I don't want to look at somebody else and be like, oh, like they're so consistent, or oh my God, there's like, they have the best habits. It's like, no, I want to be her. I am her. So let's do it. Like, let's be her. Like and that's really like the difference between somebody who, is this unstoppable badass and someone who wants to be that unstoppable badass and is, but they don't see themselves that way, is because you're not actually being her. You're letting negative thoughts, negative behaviors, negative or old identities and patterns and beliefs make you feel disconnected from the truth of who you actually are. So I'm on my walk right now and I was just thinking about the Unstoppable Badass event and 2.0, and I'm so excited to host this event. This event is really for women that want to step into this powerful version of themselves. Like you want to bridge the gap between who you're meant to be and who you're actually being today. You want to be her today. She's within you, like she's there. But there's these habits, these thoughts, these behaviors, these patterns, these identities that you need to let go of in order to be here. Be her. This is not about, oh, I used to look a certain way, or, oh, I used to be so good at this. Stop going back to the past. You don't even want to be that version of yourself. You've grown, you've evolved, you've shifted. There's a greater version of yourself. There's a higher self version of yourself that you have actually stepped into, but you keep seeing yourself as this old version of yourself because you've done these habits and you've done these behaviors, and forget about that. You're not her anymore. You got to see yourself as the unstoppable badass woman that's actually within you. So there's a few different pillars we're going to be discussing at this event. And when I really think about my life and what has shifted in my life after working on my relationship with food, it was really about strengthening my intuition. So that's like the first piece, because a lot of the times people tell me, I think my intuition is broken. Your intuition is not broken. You're just not listening to your intuition. You are asking other people for advice. You're asking for 5 other people what you should do instead of deciding for yourself what you want to do. And the moment I stopped asking other people what I should do, and I started trusting myself, listening to my intuition, listening to my pull, and only doing things that were in a full body, heck yes, alignment for me, man, I was so much happier. And you will become so much happier when you listen to your intuition. You stop asking other people for advice and you trust yourself. You make decisions that are fully in alignment for you, even if nobody understands. Even if your partner doesn't get it, your parents don't get it, your friends don't get it, but you're like, this just feels right for me. You will live a life that feels like magic every single day when you do this. You're stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. A huge part of that is because you're not acting in alignment. You're doing what you think you should be doing. You're eating in a way that you think you should be eating. You're working out in a way that you think you should be working out. How this person works out, how this person eats. F that. What feels good for your body? When you strengthen your intuition, you know this. You actually don't have to ask anybody else. You're just like, this is what works for me. You know what works best for you. And we're going to get so clear on what that looks like for you at the Unstoppable Badass event. The other thing that was so supportive for me was deepening my level of faith. And I was talking to Andrew the other day. I said, even when I was working on my relationship with food, actually, I've always had this level of faith that I'd be able to conquer. As much as I was struggling with body obsession and thinking about food 24/7, it's I just had this deep knowing, aka this level of faith, this unshakable level of faith that I was going to conquer. And man, oh man, when you have faith, it changes your life. Because when a challenge arises, you don't throw in the towel and say, oh, well, then I guess it's not meant for me. You look at that challenge and understand that challenge, that mountain is there for you for a reason. The challenge is there because it's going to force you to strengthen yourself so that you can actually overcome that challenge and on the other side, show up as the greatest version of yourself, the one who's resilient and strong. There's always challenges and obstacles that are placed in your life for a reason, so that it forces you to become her. And instead of looking at these challenges as oh, this sucks, it's you thank the challenge because you know what it's going to do for your life. You know that something better is on the other side, even when you can't see it. You're I honestly don't understand how this is going to serve me. This sucks. This is a challenge, but I just trust that it's here for a reason. I truly believe that the reason all of you guys, including my past self, went through these struggles with food is for a reason, because you became this person who fell in love with yourself. You probably wouldn't have fallen so deeply in love with yourself if you didn't actually go through the process of healing. I definitely wouldn't be helping so many clients around the world if I didn't go through my struggles. I believe that God put me on this planet to teach, to serve, to help other people, to mentor other people. But I had to go through my own things in order to live out this purpose. So having a deep level of faith is so important. And also with that, which kind of ties back into the intuition, is seeing yourself as the unstoppable badass. Your husband looks at you and your husband's man, you're such a good mom. And you don't just brush that comment off you know that. Your husband looks at you like you're the most beautiful woman in the world, and you don't think he's just saying that. You know that because you're also thinking that as well too. I want to help you actually see yourself as how other people see you. Patient, calm, grounded, loving, patient. Right now, you're seeing yourself as snappy with your children. You're seeing yourself as, the person who always thinks about food. That's not who you are. That's not who you are. Again, you got to wipe that away. You got to wipe that away and see yourself as the woman that you are actually meant to be, because she's there. She's within you. So those are just a few things. But I'm on my walk right now, and I just wanted to share this. I'm so excited for the Unstoppable Badass event 2.0. 1.0 was insane. It was amazing. And everyone that came to this event, they deeply connected with other women from around the world. They got to just share their hearts and finally feel seen. You can't have these conversations with just anyone. You can't have these conversations with your partner. You can't have these conversations with maybe even like your friend group or like your coworkers. So it's very special to have other women, like an intimate, safe space where you can connect with other people from around the world who actually see you for who you really are. And this event is going to help you bridge that gap so that you can actually fly home and see yourself that way too. So this Unstoppable Badass event 2.0 is going to be happening May 30th and 31st in Toronto. And I'm fired up. It's going to be a very intimate space. So a very small group of women, a small group of committed, faith-driven, badass women who want to improve every single area of their life. They want to be the best mom. They want to go about their day feeling calm, relaxed, spontaneous. They want to up-level the standards that they have for their life. You want to have higher standards for yourself, not be this perfectionist. You want to have the best habits and routines because it's a match for the type of woman that you want to be versus forcing yourself and pushing yourself and doing things that are completely not in alignment with you. I'm so freaking fired up. I'm so excited. So if you have not yet gotten your ticket, again, this is a very intimate space. Spots have already been claimed. So you can message me ticket for the full details and I will share them with you. But I'm so excited. You already are this unstoppable badass. There's no denying that. There's no question. You are this unstoppable badass. But I want to help you see yourself as that person. I want to help you be her every single day. Not only do you want to feel that way when you look a certain way. Not only do you want to feel that way when you've eaten a certain way, but I want you to feel like her every damn day. Every damn day. And that's what's going to happen at the Unstoppable Badass event. So message me ticket to get your ticket. I cannot wait to see you there. And we'll see you guys there. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye, guys.